Welcome to day 46 of 100 days of videos. Today, I think I might make a few people angry, but I'm willing to take the risk. This is just my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. But I'd like to start by reading the poem, The Blind Men and the Elephant. And that's a poem by John Godfrey Saxe. It was 6 men of Indostan, to learning much inclined, who went to see the elephant, though all of them were blind, that each by observation might satisfy his mind. The first approached the elephant, and happening to fall against his broad and sturdy side, at once began to bawl. God bless me, but the elephant is very like a wall. The second, feeling the tusk, cried, Ho, what have we here? So very round and smooth and sharp, to me 'tis mighty clear. This wonder of an elephant is very like a spear. The third approached the animal, and happening to take the squirming trunk within his hands, thus boldly up and spake, I see, quoth he, the elephant is very like a snake. The fourth reached out an eager hand, and felt about the knee. What most this wondrous beast is like is mighty plain, quoth he. 'Tis clear enough the elephant is very like a tree. The fifth, who chanced to touch the ear, said, E'en the blindest man can tell what this resembles most, deny the fact who can. This marvel of an elephant is very like a fan. The sixth no sooner had begun about the beast to grope, then seizing on the swinging tail that fell within his scope, I see, quoth he, the elephant is very like a rope. And so these men of Indostan disputed loud and long, each in his own opinion, exceeding stiff and strong, though each was partly in the right, and all were in the wrong. The moral, so often theologic wars the disputants, I ween, rail on in utter ignorance of what each other mean, and prate about the elephant not one of them has seen. So why do I think I might make some people angry with this particular video? Is because I think this is a wonderful story about how we view God, or higher power, or whatever you want to call what I'm just going to call God at this point. You see, we all have an experience with our own higher power. Therefore, we are certain that our interpretation, like the 6 blind men, we're certain that our interpretation is correct. Our interpretation is correct based on our experience. Just like each of the blind men had an experience with the elephant, we too have an experience with God or with our higher power. And so do religions. Each member, the members of a certain religion believe a certain theology, and therefore it's part of their experience, and that is their reality of God. Excuse me. But so many people will get in arguments and fights and carry on as if somebody else is wrong because they believe differently. Well, they believe differently because their experience is different. And everybody's just so certain that his or her interpretation of God is what's accurate, or that there is no God because they have not had any kind of an experience that way. Well, I say they're like the blind men. The blind men are incapable of comprehending the entire elephant. I think I think as humans, we are incapable of comprehending a higher power. So our higher power relates to us in ways that we can understand and that we can relate to. I'm not going to go there. It's just my own personal philosophy and my personal belief, and I don't need to impose that on anybody. But I just think that I've had several of my friends that maybe I might share some of my intimate beliefs, and they're just sure that I'm going to die and go to hell, or that I'm not going to make it to heaven because I don't believe a certain way. And I just don't believe that for a minute. And maybe I'm wrong, but it's just, I'm basing this on my experience with God and not anybody else's, just mine. So, hope I didn't make you too angry, and if I did, well, tomorrow I probably won't. But, and like I said when I started this video series, take what you like and disregard the rest. So if you don't like any of this, that's okay. But I think it's what's most important when we're relating to each other, whether it's through theology or through whatever it is, that we relate to each other and look at those things that we have in common. That's where we're going to find our unity. Tomorrow is election day, and yes, I plan to vote. I didn't get to early vote this year. I just don't know what happened. I just didn't get there. So definitely I'll vote, and I'd like to encourage everybody to vote. But remember, just because somebody disagrees with you doesn't make them wrong, doesn't make them bad, doesn't make them evil. They just disagree. The important thing is to focus on what we have in common. So, just like the 6 men looking at the elephant and the 6 men are blind, we just kind of don't know and can't comprehend the wholeness of the universe, the wholeness of a higher power, but we just go on our own experience. Have a great evening. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.